Hey there, podlings, and welcome back to JuPodRe. On this week's episode, we haven't been in the pod for a while, but we are this week, and it's a great time. We have much more fun, being able to see each other's expressions and move around a little bit. A couple of technical issues, just like classic JuPodRe fashion, and some wonderful laughs. I hope you enjoy this episode of JuPodRe. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the pod.
Oh, we are back.
We are back in the pod. This is JuPodRe, the conversational podcast with absolutely no roadmap. I am JuPodRe.
Yeah, I'm Albatross17.
And I'm Glean.
In the corner is Blaine. Yes.
So
we have a little bit of a roadmap.
What was the pause there?
Because I go on tangents, and I was like, wait, no, we do have a little bit of roadmaps because we started making notes.
Okay.
But we don't map it out, so...
Right. And the tangents and the we need something to get us started, right?
Yeah, that's why you're the intro man.
Well, I mean, other than that, other than the intro, something for us to discuss and to talk about.
Well, it's been a while since we've back in the pod. How have you guys been?
I'm all right.
Yeah, you're super busy still.
Yeah. And that's okay. I'm almost there. I'm powering through. Work is calming down, and that's actually a really big part of it.
Oh no, actually, it hasn't calmed down. Blaine, how about you?
Just been busy. Have so much to do.
You're being sarcastic.
No, he has nothing to do.
After work, I go home and sleep just because I'm so exhausted after work.
I get it. I really do get it.
Well, it's good to be back in the pod room. So we had a wedding this past week.
Indeed, we did.
And they're on their honeymoon, but it was a good wedding.
Yeah.
It was a good wedding. It was entertaining, but it was a good wedding.
So is it your fault it was entertaining because you were the MC?
That's what I was gonna get to. I was trying to remember my train of thought. I've got so many thoughts going on right now because I in the past week, actually no, 3 days, just so much has happened.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. I was the MC all night and I did a great job.
Congratulations.
I feel like I did a really good job. So they actually gave me the itinerary in Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish, but that was hilarious. So I just improvised the whole night, and I got a lot of compliments.
Good.
Yeah, you did a really good job.
Yeah. So it was one for us because we had that wireless set. That was so nice.
Yeah. I wasn't able to attend said reception, except for a very small portion, and I do feel bad about that. But I did contribute by... A while ago for the band, we bought a microphone and speaker that you took there.
Yeah, we use for vocals, but we can use for anything.
Exactly.
The only issue with it was on the ground, so I had to go up and over everybody instead of being on the stand. So I might buy us a stand now.
Okay.
Yeah, thinking about that because it was a really good use. But I actually got offered, people were like, hey, can I pay you to come do like some MC for like another wedding or another event? And I was like, sure. I don't know how much to charge, but yeah.
Whatever you want. They don't know either.
Yeah, $500. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it was interesting. But yeah, he got married to a Peruvian woman. She's very... Can I tell you guys something that bugs me?
Yes.
Okay, my grandmother-in-law is the most racist person on the planet that I know.
Wow.
Well, in person. I know some people are like, oh, over social media, they're bad. But in person, she's super racist. But I'm like, wait. Why do you draw a fine line with her? Like, you have no problem with her. Anyway, I don't want to go off on that. Maybe I should have brought that up. But
I think it's okay to bring up and then move on. Because
we're moving on. Okay. So, well, let me bring up one of the points that I had. Because we had some conversations. I hate our work life now because I'll come in, hey... Nope, send me a podcast.
Actually, within the last 2 days, you have done that 4 times. Been like, hey, did you?
I remember because I'm sitting there, and then you hear me just going click, 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 and you're like, oh my gosh,
what was the longest note? Like normally you jot down 3 words to remind you what the story is, but no, you were writing the story.
Usually I only needed boobs, butts, and bacon. I'm like, okay, I remember the story. Yeah, okay. So, a group of old friends of mine, so we've been reconnecting. We didn't, have a falling out. We just all stopped talking to each other after I moved out of student housing.
Mm-hmm.
But Warzone brought us back together. War brought us together.
What is it good for? It's not absolutely nothing.
No, but I've been getting into Warzone, and I am not the greatest, but definitely not the worst at the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been playing crossplay because that game you can play with console people. I'm on PC, and I'm not gonna say one's better than the other, but I do think it's easier to navigate PC because you have so much more mobility with the mouse.
I agree.
Okay, this kid said he was 5 years old. I don't think he was 5. I think he was like 10, 11, or 12. Like early teens, maybe almost a teenager. But this little douchebag comes on and he's like, "Oh, we have some PC players on here. Do you know that the console's so much better than PC?" And I'm just like, don't get us started on how it's not better than console.
Or how it is?
Yeah, how it is better than console. Because first off, console's not bad.
No.
But you have way more abilities and way more brain power and RAM and just way more that you can do with a PC. That's why when you get a console game and a PC game, like, oh, yeah, I couldn't play that DLC because I don't have PC. Because a PC can handle it more.
I think the biggest difference between the two is the input speed.
Yes. Yeah, well, because you've got controller versus mouse and keyboard.
Exactly.
Now, you can use a mouse and keyboard when using console.
Yeah, but
who
who does that?
I actually know a guy that does. I'm like, "Hey, you just build a PC. This is only $300." Like,
he has a really good point.
And I couldn't argue because I was like, it was like that one meme that's like,
yeah, I've seen that
what
one.
he does. He does. He uses that. I'm just like, and he uses hand-me-down mice and keyboards. I'm just like, I can't argue with you.
You can't. You really can't.
But he can't do macros on it.
No.
But it's okay because he's like, I still have a gaming mouse. Can't program this crap, but it works. Anyway, so I'm just going to go a 5-year-old because that's what he was claiming to be. Wow, a cloud just came up. I even opened that so we had better lighting. Mother Nature! Anyway, so we're playing out. He's going off on how much. He's like, yeah, do you know the best player in the world was on console? And I'm like, I don't care. So we were playing PvP, which is 5 against 5.
Okay.
We weren't actually playing Battle Royale at this time. And the rest of us was like, we don't care. Who cares? We're just going to play. And so we got trolling him. We did the Indeed thing.
That's what you were going to
tell me. Like, Indeed. He goes, what's up with this Indeed thing? I was like, Indeed. Indubitably. Indeed. We did. We definitely did. It was Liquid that was on there with me.
Yeah.
We had a blast doing it. Pissed him off. Unfortunately, Friendly Fire was not on. But he did get offended because you can shoot somebody in that game and it will say, hey, we're on the same team. Watch your fire. Watch your fire. And he was just like, hey, stop shooting me. I'm like, what, you mean this? And I just started shooting him in the head. Like, Friendly Fire's not on. I don't even know if it exists something, but he's getting so mad. And I'm just enlightened with old memories of just trolling people.
That's a good time.
So it was hilarious. And so he just going off there. So the next thing happens is he jumps off and this other guy jumps on that's a friend of Liquid's. And this is the part that got to me. You all know I swear in real life. In reality, it's just their words to me. I made myself feel uncomfortable with swearing because this guy was way worse than me. It was like F word every 2 or 3 words.
Yikes!
And there were people in the room with him. I could hear in the background. He's like, "I got a 2-year-old." And I was like, "Yeah, F this, F that." You son of a baby. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And I was getting a little excited because first I was like, somebody else talked to me. We were telling like old stories, and I got a little disgusted with that. I was like, "Wow!" Like. For those who don't believe, that's fine. I'm not pushing beliefs, but I feel like I should be better at representing the priesthood. And I was like, I made myself feel gross. I was like, Like, I felt gross about my language at that time because I was starting to get that way. Start swearing more. And I was like, I need to stop. That made me feel really bad. But then this chick jumps on. She's another friend of Liquid's because he just has all these online friends. That's all he does.
Okay.
He's an online guy. He's an E guy? He has a special term for it, but I can't remember. We gotta have him on as a guest one day. He's hilarious. But so I friend requested who's this Albatross 1217 guy? I was like, oh, that's me. And she goes, oh, she's married. And I was like, oh, well, that's cool. She goes, yeah, I usually don't add friends because they always want my Snapchat. So you started teasing her by asking Liquid for his Snapchat.
Nice.
Teasing her. It was funny because now our friends on here, and I'm like, yeah, no, you're safe. I'm married. She goes, oh, I am too. I'm like, oh, cool. Well, but because she was going off now, guys are creepy to her. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm just here to play.
I think you can take off the to her at the end of that.
Guys are creepy. Yeah, guys are. Yeah, we're creepy. That's just what it is.
Well, guys are creepy. And like,
Yeah.
there's no escape.
But it was just funny because she was like, "Oh, I like playing with you guys because you guys aren't trying to like get in my pants." Or like, "Hey, what do you look like?" "Oh, hey, you're a girl." I'm like,
And
"I'm not. That's not me."
yeah,
But anyway, it was funny because then other guys were jumping on and they were like, "Oh, hey, you're a girl. What do you look like?" And we like there were 3 of us other guys, but as soon as it was said, we were just like just dogging on him. It was like,
Mhm.
"Hey, dude, pull your cock away. Dude, put your dick away. Hey, fuck off, man. Hey, dude, what do you look like? I bet you're fat." And I was like, and I did go off. So I was like, one guy's like, "Whoa, dude, what's your problem?" I was like, "Your mom's a hoe and you probably live in her basement." Yeah. I was going off. I was like, "You don't just jump on and ask a girl what she looks like."
No.
So I was
agree
going.
with you.
So that's where it gets funny. I started trolling these guys. We had a few jump off, but it was just funny because these guys were like, "Wow!" And then I'm pretty sure we got some teenagers in there because that's what their kids playing. I'm just like, this is hilarious. It's funny. It's the shenanigans we were doing.
Wow.
I love the troll game, dude. And she's over here laughing. I actually, her name was, I'm not going to say her name on here because I don't want anybody like
Well, yeah,
going after her.
exactly. She already talked about not adding people because
Yeah,
guys
I don't
are
want them to
creeps.
matter. So I'm very picky with my friends on the internet because I'm like, well, you got to show some kind of respect.
Yeah.
I did have friends with that guy that was swearing a lot, but because he was really good at the game, I was like, oh, he was really carrying me and boosting my stats, which really helped me out a little bit. But yeah, I got into Warzone over the past week.
You don't have to answer this question, but
I'm going to answer it.
I am genuinely curious. You had a good time being carried and boosted in that game, but you don't like that in Diablo.
Because in Diablo, when you're running around with douchebag Bleen over here, I can't kill anything.
Okay.
I can in that game. By carried, it means they're still surviving, so we're not out of the game. So in Battle Royale, it's okay, once your team, everybody's dead, you're done.
Right.
So he's still alive, so I still have a chance to respawn. Then I can still kill people on my own.
Okay.
Whereas he's running around and like by the time I get to something, it's already dead. Whereas
Okay.
I still actually have to do my part.
See, I didn't know you could revive. I know that's a part of Apex.
You can. So, but yes. Yeah. So like if you're so if we're doing quads, that's 4 people.
Mhm.
Like let's say I'm still alive, I can still buy back a player, or they can go to the gulag for those that understand, and they can fight their way to come back. And so they can still go kill other players, and it's not like you're running around, oh, he's already dead. It's like no, you can still be killed.
Okay.
So it's a different setup.
Right, and
Yeah.
that explains it.
Because I hate it when I'm playing. I love Bleen with 3 N's. I love Bleen. But dang, he just gets up there and then he's just running around with his mob. And I'm just like, I can't kill anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I mean by carried is he's still alive and we still have a chance.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, that is definitely different.
Yeah, it's way different. It's fun, but I'm still not that good at the game because, again, I have a family, I've got a job, I've got other priorities. So like, and I'm not gonna just put them on the back burner so I can play a lot. So
Yeah.
I get a lot of crap from a bunch of my clan. They're like, dude, why aren't you playing? Sorry, man, I'm making dinner. I have a kid.
I like that.
I got my dick wet a couple years ago.
Nice.
Yeah. I did say that to one friend. He was like, dude, how come you never play? Because I got my dick wet and now I have a kid. Yeah, he was just like,
That's an appropriate response.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. But
All right.
so
I guess they're home.
No, here's the funny part. He actually just locked the door from the outside of the door
Mm.
because it wasn't locked. Look at it.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess they're home.
that is
I
not
thought
how
it-
you break into a house.
I thought it would be.
I just tried to break in this room and just locked myself out from the outside.
I thought they would be gone a bit longer, but
The funeral. Okay, so the funeral that they're at right now,
viewing.
yeah, they're at the viewing. They only have a maximum of 50 people, so she just went in, said her things, and then left.
Got
That's
it.
what happened. So
Got
she was
it. Okay.
leaving so that it wasn't overcrowded.
And we also took like half an hour to get this all working.
Well, it
and
didn't
stuff.
help that
Yeah,
your
I know,
microphone
I know.
was like, I'm gonna pick up everything.
I don't know what the deal was. It was super weird because we've done that same setup so many times where we had the dual microphones.
Dude, I don't know.
And it's just
Technology, bro.
every time.
Yeah.
Every stinking time.
Okay, here's something I'm gonna say about Warzone.
Okay.
I was talking with another friend that lives around here, and he says that he played both Warzone and Fortnite. And he says Warzone is everything Fortnite is missing.
Interesting.
I was like, huh. And he tried to explain it, but I don't play Fortnite.
Neither do I.
And so he's like, after playing both, I can't go back to Fortnite. It's missing too much stuff. Because Warzone is very detailed. The game itself is 200 gigabytes.
Okay.
And like every 3 days, it has like another 10 update.
So then in Warzone, you can build things and craft. And
No.
stuff, or-
That you can customize your weapons, but no, that's Fortnite.
Okay. So then it's not quite the same because that's one of the big appeals to it.
That one's a little bit different, but he said that there's a lot more detail to this, but it's still a battle royale game that are the same concept.
Okay. If you're into the battle royales, I've heard a lot of good things about Apex Legends.
Just actually, Admin Anonymous keeps harassing me because he wants me to play that game. He kind of stopped recently because he had a kid that took focus off of me.
Is true.
But no, he's wanting to play Apex Legends. I just haven't got into it. But then I had an old friend that 3 of them were like, "Hey, dude, let's play some quads. Download this game." So I downloaded it and started playing the next night.
Yeah, and that's different.
Yeah, no, it's been fun because actually it's been really interesting when I'm the kind of guy that Melina and I can stop talking, and in a year he can go, "Hey man, what's up?" And I go, "Dude, let's go to Legend."
Yeah.
I'm not like, "Well, you didn't talk to me forever. Why the hell would I want anything to do with you?" I'm not that kind of guy. No, I've got plenty of friends that don't talk. We probably catch up every 6 months. Just go get lunch. I'm like, who cares?
I think that's another thing about dudes. Like we said that guys are creepy. Well, guys are also distant.
I like my space.
It's just the way it is.
Except my wife. I want her right next to me at all times.
Right.
Not at all times, but like, you know what I mean?
I think we get it.
Friends, you guys can go home.
Yeah, please.
Go home.
No. We're not done yet.
You are.
All right. Then with that, why don't we move into our What the F segment?
Well, Bling, how was your week?
Normal week, nothing special.
Well, that's normal. Thanks. It was. All right, what the F?
Today's episode is brought to you by Virtual Performance. Via the internet, they provide personal fitness training, meal planning, and coaching.
Which is important for staying healthy. Virtual Performance will not only help develop your physical strength and endurance, but also your mental fortitude. This will improve your life and your gaming skills.
Even the professional gamers have training regimens. That means the rest of us need one too if we're going to get as good as they are. So, find Virtual Performance online at trainingvp.com, on social media at TheTrainingVP on both Twitter and Instagram, or send them an email, info@trainingvp.com.
Let's do. Oh, my computer went down.
Went to sleep or did it just lock?
No, both. It'll
Unlucky.
come really quick. Okay, last week we had 3 nominations. It was, if my screen will come back up, I should have wiggled the mouse. Oh, there it is. Okay, we have Your Sandwich is Ringing, Subway to Be. I was like, wait, what did I do last week?
Subway to Be.
And Milk Dud.
Yes.
So, last week's winner was Your Sandwich is Ringing.
Yay.
This is funny.
I'll be honest, I would have voted for that one.
I would have too.
I think that is so funny.
Moose is just hilarious. So, okay, since you won, you have the option to go first or pick somebody.
JuPodRe.
I'll go first, okay. So, mine this time it's just a make you think kind of thing. It's not overly exciting or anything like that. We had to stop at an office supply store to grab something. And when we were at the register, I noticed there was a tag for stamps. And it was something you could pull like off. If you were out in the store, you could pull it off and carry it around with you. You know, like the little, stacks of cards or something like that. The package of cards, you pull it off the little spindle.
Can I sidetrack you for a second?
Sure.
Your pull you off just reminded me.
Gosh.
Korg with oh, your hammer pulled you off. Like
Yeah.
no. I love that scene so much.
Anyway, you can grab it and carry it around with you. And at the bottom of that tag, it said, "Please take to register to redeem." And I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute.
You just grabbed an item.
We're at the register right now.
Oh,
It's not out in the store. It's on the register.
There you go.
Yeah. Why even bother pulling that and giving it to the register?
wait, did it have a barcode?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter Because you'd say, I need a book of stamps, please. Do you want 100 or 50?
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay,
That's
what
what
I
it's
thought you were talking about. Stamps. Normally they just have a button in the register.
Yeah.
Okay, click.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, if it's out in the store and you remember and you can pull it off the... or
It's
you
actually
can-
really funny.
you
It's
can
really
grab
funny.
it.
Out of the register. I need a book of stamps.
Yeah, exactly. You just you have to grab... Why? What the F? Why is that there?
That's funny. That's actually.
Yeah.
Here you go. Wait.
What do you do? Okay.
Here you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was so excited to use it when I thought we were going to be remote again, but I forgot to take it to work.
I thought I was taking it to work too.
Yeah. Anyway, so
6 foot rule.
That's my nomination. Now that we've talked about it, I want to say pull it off. Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome.
That's what it reminds me of. Is yeah, they used to pull me. Oh my gosh, your hand pulled you off.
I remember the first time I realized what he was saying there.
Yeah. Okay. What do you want to call it again?
Pull it off.
Pull it off.
So while you're typing that up, you
Done.
know how we always ask for people's submissions.
Did you get one?
I did.
I'm so excited. Okay,
Should I wait until the other two are
You know,
done?
yeah. You know that would be us.
So remind me.
Blaine, you can either choose to go or choose somebody else.
I'll go.
Okay.
So, Horizon Zero Dawn
Yes.
recently came out. I was on PC. I was super excited for it.
I actually have an answer to him
Uh-oh.
when he's done.
And it has lots of bugs in it that keeps on crashing everybody.
Can I answer your question?
No.
Okay, I'll wait till the end. I'll wait till the end.
So I read all the forums and I read all the suggestions. I turned down my settings. I did everything I could think of to get it working. It wouldn't work. Next day comes, I'm just like, I'll check, see if there's any updates. Nope. I check again later that day, and I finally found one that just says it's a list of all bugs. But I decided I'll read through it anyway. Read through it, go down to the bottom, and there's some suggestions. In it, there was one that I would have never thought about it.
Okay.
So Steam, the game that, or the library system that I use to download and play Horizon Dawn, has a FPS overlay, so you can see how many frames you're getting, so you can adjust your settings to be more consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I always have that on. I had to turn that off. And the sole act of turning that off gave me from 5 minutes between crashes, not even being able to get through a certain cutscene, to playing for an hour and a half, no problems.
That is incredible.
So, Cobalt and I actually did research on this, and
Okay.
it's your graphics card. Apparently, the system requirements are not correct for the game. So your 1060, that's actually what is most likely causing the problem. Because I don't have a problem.
Yeah.
Neither does Cobalt. We're running 1080 Supers though.
Yeah.
And so we found out that it's got to be your graphics card, and it's too low because the system requirements, like, it's a big game actually.
Mm-hmm.
Very detailed.
You're running 1080 Super?
I'm running a 2080 Super.
Okay.
Okay.
Did I say
You did
1080?
say 1080.
I'm running a 2080 Super. Yeah, apparently you have to have like I don't know what the minimum is.
Mhm.
Minimum is, but a 1060, not like like that. You have to go in and turn off a lot of settings because it's not powerful enough on its own.
I still think it's really dumb that the Steam FPS overlay.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like, that shouldn't even be on by default.
That's actually really funny.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you at least found that out.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's still, what the F?
But you're also on track to building a new PC, aren't you?
This is making me really consider it.
All right, and what do you want to call that?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Is that what you want to call it?
Yeah.
I like that. Because you couldn't even get through the cutscene.
Zero D dot.
Yep.
Okay.
That's good stuff.
Okay. So my original what the F story was gonna be the instructions in Spanish.
Yeah, when you started telling that story, I was like, wait a minute.
I have a better one, and it happened yesterday.
Oh,
so,
boy.
I'm a good dad, and I took my kid out swimming. He's got a life jacket. We go to the pool. It's in my apartment complex. It's supposed to be family-friendly community. That's what it is. You should never have to worry about the community you live in. Well, we got these two douchebag teenagers, about junior high age, that think that they're gangsters.
Okay.
And they're not. And they are cussing up a storm just at the pool. First off, we're not supposed to have guests there. One of the kids that's actually in the pool with them, so there's the two, they brought a third friend. They actually had like 5 friends there, but one of them, I know for a fact, does not live here. The other two, I'm like, okay, we can only have a maximum of 20 in the pool area. If you're not going to be in the water, get out of it.
That's a good
Because they had
too.
2 or 3 friends that are just sitting there. And I'm like, no, get out.
Mm-hmm.
Other people want to use the pool that actually live here and pay for this.
Right.
The amenities that come out of my pocket. So anyway, I'm like, whatever. They're over there on that side of the pool. I'm on this side now. The rules are if you're under like 14 or 15, you have to have adult. Actually, I think it's 16. Adult supervision. You have to have an adult with you. No, there's no adult with them. No, they don't have an adult. There's no parent, nothing. So I'm like, what the crap? Now I'm recognizing they're tackling each other too in the water. Like they're jumping like cannonball style onto each other. I'm like, that's a liability waiting to happen.
It's horseplay, which every pool says no horseplay.
Yeah, there's no lifeguard on duty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you can drown easily in water. So that's the number 2. Number 3, they're cussing up a storm. And it's not just simple like using the S word or the B word. No, they're using the hard ones. F word, the N word, the C word. They're using the big ones. And I'm like, you know what, I'm not worrying about it. But then my kid starts paying more attention to them as they're jumping. And I'm like, okay. So finally, they set up a nice snap. I was like, hey, cut the swearing. There are little kids around. They're like, and then I could hear them mumbling under their breath.
Yeah.
Don't know what they were saying, but I know they were talking crap about me.
Well, of course
like,
they were.
And I was like, ready to like do something. But I just, after I yelled at them, and right when I yelled, hey, I realized that I was now in like interacting with them. I didn't realize that I had done that. It was just natural.
Yeah.
But they stopped. They got quieter and they relaxed a little bit because I think I threw them off. But I'm like, you can't do that around little kids.
Mm-mm.
Like, that's just not appropriate. First off, where the frick are your parents?
Yep.
Okay? Because if that was my kid, I'd be like, go home, you're grounded for a year. You don't act like that. You're not listening to the rules. You're cussing, then go home. You know, so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do anything else. Because first off, I'm an adult. It doesn't matter what they do. I'm an adult. I go to jail first by default. So I was like, I'm just going to report it to management because they're not following the rules, COVID-19, and I'm not going to deal with it. It's not my place. So I met with some neighbors yesterday, and I told them about it. They're like, oh, they're these kids. Found out which apartments they live in.
Nice.
They're also the same kids that have been drawing in chalk genitalia all over the sidewalks and all over
on the beautiful chalk drawings.
Yeah, they're drawing genitalia all over the cinder blocks, all over the roads, everywhere. I'm like, those are the kids? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, damn it. And they're also, I found out they've been sexually harassing another guy in my apartment complex. They've been talking about what they want to do to a certain member of he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
The guy that said he brought disco to Utah, that guy.
I think I remember that.
They've been sexually harassing his granddaughters about talking to her about what they want to do to her. And I'm like, so I went.
They should be evicted.
That's where I'm getting to.
Okay, my bad. I'll just let you finish.
So I told them, I'm going to make a formal complaint. Because they're like, well, we've already complained. I'm like, did you do it in writing? Well, no. I'm like, that's your problem. You have to do it in writing. If you don't get it in writing, then they can't do anything. Because if you get it in writing, then you go, no, we've sent in numerous emails. You need to leave. Anyway, so I sent off an email this morning saying the teenagers, junior high age, in these apartments. Again, I'm not going to say anything because I don't.
Yeah.
But told them, I was like, look, they have no care for anybody that's walking around the complex because they've almost run over my kid plenty of times. And I'm ready to push them over him.
Yeah.
Be like, do something. But I can't. I'm an adult. I go to jail first. Ugh. I hate that rule. I'm just like, sometimes you just want to punch the kid. But I'm like, you can't do that.
Remember 60 years ago when it was acceptable?
Yes! Can I just...
Sorry, I keep interrupting you. Please go on.
I do it to you all the time. So I told them about the pool thing with bringing friends to a pool. They're not supposed to be here. They're unsupervised. They're breaking COVID-19 rules. Told them how they're drawing genitalia everywhere and how they're sexually harassing people and how they're almost running people over. Told them all that. Manager calls me in the morning, and the manager of my complex is gay, and I do flirt with him because I'm trying to keep him on my side. I do. He's a really nice guy, but yes, I do flirt with him.
Okay.
But it doesn't go anywhere more than just like, hey, bro, what up, beautiful? How you doing? Like my normal routine. Gotta keep him on my side. So he's like, look, I got to figure out how I'm going to go approach these parents of this. I really thank you for all this information. He says, I'll let you know what happens. I was like, yeah, well, you know what? I mean, personally, I didn't want to get evicted, so that's why I didn't do anything about it. He goes, look, somebody else has tried to do something about it, and I had to warn him, look, I can't save you from going to jail because they're kids, they're juveniles. You go to jail first. Like, that's just how the world works. And so he's like, I'm really glad you came to me instead of them. So he said he was going to go talk to the parents about it. I really hope he does.
Right.
So far, all I've heard is just an email that says, hey, look, people are not following the rules. If you don't follow the rules, and he explained the rules, look, we're going to have the pool only open during office hours. I'm like, well, that would suck, but maybe that's what we need.
I would close it permanently.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, big sign, hey, parents, since you're not watching your kids and you're bringing over guests, you didn't listen, you lose.
Yep.
That's what I would do.
That's what I would do.
But here's the thing. Now, I went over to one of the other guys that I was talking to last night, and I showed him, hey, here's my complaints. Here's what I said. He goes, great. I love it. I was like, good. Because I read through it 4 or 5 times, so I didn't just like, because you know how I get. I will just spit stuff at people.
Yeah.
I read it 3 or 4 times, and I revised it every time, so it looked really good. Anyway, he goes, yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you. It looks really good. And I said, you know what? I think we should petition for these guys to get evicted. He goes,
interesting.
because you can. I think there is a way that you can petition to get somebody evicted. Now, they haven't really done much to me other than mocking me in the pool. But I'm like, dude, I'm an adult. I don't care. You're just a stupid kid. So I was like, whatever. I just ignored him. Played there, and I had a buddy of mine that was there that lives in the complex too. He was like, I'm really glad you said something. I wouldn't have said anything. I was like, I'm not going to put up with it. Oh, wow. They want to do something. I'll defend myself, but I'm not going to go after them.
Right.
Because they didn't do anything. I just let it go at that point. Anyway, so we might be petitioning to get these 2 families evicted. But I'm not going to start the petition because I'm like, look, what if the parents don't know?
That is another very good point.
Because there was plenty of stuff that I was doing that my parents didn't know. So so that's why I'm not starting a petition. I'm like, I'm going to go to the management in a few days and say, did you say something to the parents? Because if you didn't, I'm not going to do anything yet. I'm just going to make another complaint. But if you did and stuff doesn't change, then I'm going to make a petition. Just to like, look, kids not changing. This is a family environment. I shouldn't feel unsafe having my kid out on the playground or the pool. And you know that pool only gets to 4.5 feet.
Yeah, it's not very deep.
It's not very deep. No, it's a very kid-friendly pool. This is a very kid-friendly community. They have really made this around families. And these douchebags are doing that. So I'm just like, I'm going to play the appropriate game. So, but yeah, I might petition to get, but I'm going to wait for management to tell them, hey, your kids are acting inappropriate in our complex and it's unacceptable. And the guy that has been sexually harassed, I'm like, they didn't sexually harass me. That's on you. I'm not going forward on that.
Right.
You need to report to the police. Or I said something to management, but I'm like, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
So that's my what the F. I cannot stand how kids can do that. I don't know if the parents know. I don't know if they do know. If they do know, screw them.
Yeah.
Because I would definitely get after my child for that. But I don't know what to call that because that was a long story.
Yeah, it's a very long story. I don't think I have a good thing. I want to try and work in kidding because it's a bunch of kids or teenagers.
Are you kidding?
Something like that.
I kind of want something about bullies.
Okay.
How about we just call it DMAC?
No.
I had to get it in there somewhere. No. DMAC's a good guy, so we're gonna leave him out. We're gonna leave him out. I kind of like Are You Kidding? But it's kind of a serious situation. We're like, what do you do? So
Hooligans.
Hooligans?
Yeah.
Because they're doing it again. Okay. I can see it. But it is your nomination, so whatever you decide.
I kind of like the Are You Kidding?
Okay.
Are you kidding me? Because it's a kid and it's like, are you kidding me? Come on. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna put the quotations around kid in the middle of that. Okay, you said you had a nomination.
Yes,
Does this person actually listen?
they did.
Was it DMAC?
No. Do you think DMAC doesn't listen anymore?
I don't know. We lost a lot of votes.
All right.
Let's go. I'm listening.
This person was at the grocery store, and we all know that going to the grocery store, first of all, is the worst. We have the one-way aisles. We have the mask rule. People
Okay, right
aren't-
now. I was like, okay,
Yeah, right
okay,
now.
Right now, it's horrible.
It's the worst.
Yeah, I was gonna say no because I don't like going clothes shopping with a woman.
So this person needed to get some grapes. And when they got to the grapes section, there was another woman there who was rooting around in the bag of grapes, pulling them out, grabbing another bag, rooting around there, pulling some out, and like mixing the grapes in and around so that they got the best bunch.
No,
Most definitely no. One, you don't do that in the first
that's
place.
not a great thing to do.
But
I had to work
number
it in.
two, what? Why are you touching all of the things?
Seriously, no. At a grocery store, when I'm looking at stuff, Kissy, I want what looks good. I will go like this.
Yeah, you gotta search it out.
I'm gonna do that, but I don't touch.
No, you're not
No.
supposed to. Even
No.
without COVID.
Don't touch my stuff.
Yeah, what the heck are you doing? You're groping the grapes.
I'm
And
gonna
that was the name
Did
of
you-
the submission, is groping grapes.
groping grapes. Okay, that's funny because it just reminds me of I'm gonna grape you in the mouth. Did you ever see that?
I did not.
Okay, I'll tell you when you're older.
Okay, thank you. But that was a submission. What the F was this lady doing?
Groping
Rooting around and groping grapes.
Do I know this person?
You do.
You do. I know exactly
Wait,
who this person
was it
is.
Landell?
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay.
So
you said this woman, and I'm like,
she told me this story.
how do you spell
At the
groping? Is groping
reception.
Groping?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm like, it doesn't look right when you spell it.
And I told her not to tell you, because she had already told you this story,
Yes.
that she told me, because I wanted to see if you were using any of her stories.
No.
That's-
What the F?
That's funny. That's funny. My wife was like, hey, what's your story? I'm like, go listen to the podcast.
Oh, unlucky. But yeah, that is it. That is our fourth submission.
Oh my gosh, we have a submission now. That's funny because you know the other person that's been the most involved in this, DMAC, never submits anything. There we go. I worked it in. I worked it in there.
Second
The
time.
gauntlet has been dropped, D-Mac.
All
Yeah.
right. So then why don't we get a quick run back? and
Okay,
we'll leave
so
this
our
section.
rundown right now is pull it off. Horizon Zero. Are you kidding me? And groping grapes. We have 4 submissions this week.
Yeah.
Nice.
Whoa.
It's the first time in a while.
Yeah, it is.
So don't forget to vote on Twitter. You can send us direct messages to cast your vote, or send us a story just like Lando did
Send
for
us a
me.
story. I will read them. I love this.
You
We
can-
should start a whole new podcast of just stories like that.
We'll think about it.
People just sending me in stories. It'll be just me. We'll do it.
Okay. And with that, again, don't forget to vote. If you can, try and get your votes in by Monday or Tuesday. So when we record, we have all of your votes because, you know, I'm guaranteed Friday night when
You know what? I actually want to check last
you want to check last
Okay,
week.
so last
Okay,
week,
real quick.
last week's was episode 6. Episode 5. Yes, we did get more votes.
Haha! Victory.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
We'll eventually get there.
Yeah, we're also not very well known,
That's
which
fair.
is a big thing.
So tell your friends,
Yeah.
D-Mac.
Oh my gosh.
Today's What the F moment was brought to you by Soesic Clothing. Soesic Clothing provides shirts, hoodies, hats, accessories, and even game coats. Cheaper than you can find them elsewhere at times. You can even customize the clothing with your gamer tag if you so desire. And the best part is, you can use code JuPodRe to get 15% off. That's right, 15% off. Use code JuPodRe, JuPodRe, at soesicclothing.co.
All right, on to announcements, I think.
Yes. Oh, announcements. I bought a boat.
Congrats.
I bought a boat.
All right. One down for Albatross. Blaine?
Wait. And I sold my previous boat.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I have nothing.
You have
Okay.
no announcements. How's your motorcycle?
It's great.
There.
Good.
No, it's
Super
not
hot
good.
outside too.
It is very hot. There's a heat wave going here on the west side of the U.S.
Dude, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
And we think it's bad here in Utah, where we're getting maybe 102.
Dude, it's getting worse. It's worse than the other side of the country where they're on fire.
Correct.
It's humid.
But we have an engineer in from Phoenix,
Oh yeah.
and he told me the forecast for the next week. He said there isn't anything under 110,
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna move to like Washington.
where it's raining all the time and it's cool.
Yeah.
That sounds
I
great.
know people complain about the humidity, but
You get used to it.
it doesn't bother me personally as much.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying you guys are pansies because I know everybody's got their different opinion.
Right.
It doesn't bother me.
Right.
No.
So then on to League of Legends. We are still in the Phoenix Rising League. Now, unfortunately, last week I said that if we won last week, then we could just lose our last 4 games. That is not true. Wow, is this competitive. At this point, we are tied for first with 2 other teams.
Oh my gosh, you were tied for first?
Yes.
Dude, that deserves a high five.
High five.
That was horrible. Were you looking at my elbow?
No,
There we go.
I was trying not to hit the table in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, we went 1-1 last week, tying the other 2 teams. We're all at 7-3. And I did the math with someone at work. We need to win literally every game to secure first place, because the same amount of games can be played and won by both of those teams, and then we would end up in a tiebreaker with either and or both of them.
Oh my gosh, that's actually pretty intense.
Yes.
That's,
So there is no option.
So let
other
me
than
ask you this,
winning.
how is the team taking this?
I haven't told them yet. I'm going to tell them tonight after we.
Okay.
After we. They're screaming right now. Once we're done recording, I pack it up, go home, and then I'm going to talk to everybody.
Okay.
But that is it. We went 1-1. We are going to play next week. Those games are at 8 p.m. Eastern Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
On Saturday.
Saturday, yes. It's always on Saturdays for now. Thank you for clarifying that.
That's
So-
what I'm here for.
Remember to follow at JuPodRe and at Rated R LLC to see those tweets and get the Twitch link so that you can watch. I shoutcast every game that we do.
And don't be afraid to ask questions if you have questions.
Never. Last bit of news for League of Legends. We have a second team.
You have a second team now?
Yep. We have 2 5-man rosters.
So are you managing both teams?
Yes, I am. I manage all of League of Legends.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like, oh, whenever you do a separate team.
No, they are separately coached.
That's smart.
Yes,
That's very
they're
smart.
separately coached. They practice on different days. They'll be in different leagues, or if we end up joining the same, they'll be in different divisions. It's gonna work out really well. That's one of my goals that I've had for a really long time, and we just now fixed it. It's been 9 weeks of tryouts.
COVID-19 really affected these League of Legends gamers
No,
because
but-
they're already isolating themselves from
So-
the world.
I will tell you this: the actual professional scene has been impacted quite hard.
Really?
Yes, because they would travel to the arena and play in front of a crowd with the production team in a studio. So the casters, the analyst desk, the
Can you still
observers.
just put them in like a bubble? Here, okay, walk out to
No.
your desk.
No.
The doors are all
Because
sealed.
for those of you who want to or are interested, there were tweets and pictures of what the production studio was out in Germany, the European version.
Yeah.
And dude, that room, take our admin space at work, double it, and it's full. Constantly with people watching different parts of the game, doing scene switches, mic checks, all this stuff. It's a
We're
big
talking
deal.
like downstairs at DreamHack, crowded.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that was pretty crowded.
It's a big deal. And so like it's impacted them because they can't go to the studio.
I
They
just
can't
only
apply.
said that as a joke because I'm like, well, you're already
Well,
at home. Maybe not in your mom's basement.
But you are right about the amateur scene. Most amateur teams
Yeah.
are separate. Like I have 5 people in Canada currently that I know of, and another.
Do they say a lot?
They actually don't. That's an old stereotype. However, I have heard boot and oot a couple of times instead of out and about. But I don't call them out on it because I want them to like me. Like me, please. But that's it for announcements. That second team, it's in the off season right now. There are 3 big leagues that are going to be starting up here at the beginning of September. So look for announcements for that. Both rosters will be in leagues. Super excited. It's been a goal I've had for a long time, like I said.
This is starting to work out.
Yeah, I'm looking real forward to it. So there we go. That's it for my announcements. You had yours.
I bought a boat.
Blaine, you had nothing.
I have nothing.
Then I think that wraps up this episode of JuPodRe. So
Yeah, we will see you next time, my podlings.
Thanks to everybody who joined us today on JuPodRe. We hope you had a great time, and we hope you join us next week. Don't forget to follow us on social media. On Twitter, we are at JuPodRe, at JuHadre, at Albatross17, at Bleen with 3 N's, and at Rated R LLC. We also have Instagram. Just look up any of our ats or at JuPodRe. Or hit us up on our Slink link. It's myslink.app/JuPodRe. Don't forget to vote for what the F. We hope to see you next week, my podlings.